I was just a boy, but a very smart boy. Anything I set my mind on, I got it created. Cars, trucks, heavy machines, so many inventions that we can't even count. From a young age, my dream was clear. Ghana needed its own Honda, Ford or Mercedes-Benz, but the country didn't understand the dream before them. I asked for support from the government. I asked Ghanaians to believe. Yet, nobody took me serious. They laughed, they doubted, they ignored me, and now I am gone. This is the story of Apostle Dr. Kwadwo Safo Kantanka, the first Ghanaian to build his own cars, machines, and countless inventions. A genius whose vision could have changed Ghana forever. Let me take you back to where it all started. Kwadwo Safo Kantanka was born on August 26, 1948 in Bekwai, a small town in Ashanti region of Ghana. His parents, Mr. Yao Safo and Mrs. Ya Amwaniwa, raised him in a modest home. Even as a young boy, Kwadwo was different. While other kids play with toys, he took things apart to see how they work. Radio, clocks, bicycle, nothing was safe. Sometimes he even built small cars and motors from scrap pieces. His family would watch him and say, "This boy is special." Kwadwo loved school, but he didn't just study books. He studied machines and how to make things work. After finishing basic school, he went to Ghana Technical Work Institute in Kumasi to study engineering. There he learned how to turn his small ideas into raw machines. After school, he worked as a welder at the Volta Aluminium Company. But Kwadwo had bigger dreams. He wanted to build cars in Ghana, not just any cars, but ones that could be as good as Honda, Ford or Mercedes-Benz. Many people didn't believe in him. Some laughed. Some said it was impossible to make cars in Ghana, but Kwadwo Safo didn't listen. He kept on dreaming, he kept on building and never gave up. His parents, Mr. Yao Safo and Mrs. Ya Amwaniwa, always believed in him. They didn't have much, but their words gave him courage. And every time they did, Kwadwo felt stronger. The people of Bekwai saw how special Kwadwo was. Some gave him scrap metals and old tools to build with. Others simply cheered him off. Their support was small, but it meant the world to him. At Ghana Technical Work Institute in Kumasi, his teachers guided him. They taught him how to turn ideas into raw machines. Every lesson made him smarter. Every project made him braver. And at the aluminium company, he even learned more about engines and machines. Every day was a lesson. Every spark, every hammerhead brought him closer to his dream of making cars in Ghana. With his family, community, and teachers by his side, Kwadwo knew he could make the impossible possible, and he wasn't going to stop until he did. In 1969, Kwadwo Safo made a bold decision to leave his hometown in Bekwai and travel to Accra to pursue his ambitions. Life in Accra was different from home. The city was crowded, money was tight, and many people struggled just to make a living. But he saw this challenge as a chance to do something big. He started a small prayer group called Christo Asafo Mission, a place where people could come together, pray and support each other during hard times. On 3rd of February 1971, the prayer group officially became a church. But Kwadwo Safo was not just any church leader. He had a special talent, creativity and ability to make things with hands. The church didn't only pray, it became a place of learning, creation and innovation. Members and visitors learned practical skills like carpentry, welding, mechanics and farming. The church also manufactured useful items and sold them at affordable prices, helping small business and the community. The early days were not easy. Resources were limited, and many people doubted that a church could do this kind of things. But with determination, small victory began to appear. They started producing simple items like farm tools and household equipment, which was later sold to small businesses. Kwadwo Safo also began experimenting with new ideas and inventions. His creativity started to shine through as he designed machines and tools that no one had ever seen in Ghana before. Church members not only prayed, but also helped build, test and sell innovations. And it wasn't always smooth. Some experiments failed badly, and critics laughed at their effort, but each failure became a lesson, and each small success fueled their ambitions. With the knowledge he had, Kwadwo Safo shared everything openly. The church became a hub of creativity, industry and hope, helping people survive and improve their life in the community. Little did anyone know this humble beginning and countless experiments were preparing the way for something extraordinary. The creation of Ghana's first locally made cars and founding of Kantanka Automobiles. The journey had begun, and the world was about to see the power of faith, creativity and relentless determination. In the 1990s, when thousands of Liberian refugees fled to Ghana during the Civil War, Kwadwo Safo opened its doors. Over 24,000 men, women, and children were fed breakfast, lunch, and supper by Apostle Kwadwo Safo and his church until the government would set in. To many, this was a proof that his mission was more than just words, it was action. But no great vision comes without trials. In the early 80s, Apostle Safo revealed something that shocked his followers, his true mission. He said he was sent to remind Africans of their power, that God's spirit lives in them, and that they are not meant to be slaves forever. But to the military, this was dangerous. A man with thousands of followers preaching freedom and power. They saw him as a threat, and so they came for him. Soldiers broke into his home at night. He was beaten, tortured, and accused of a crime he never committed. At one point, his hands were tied with a rope to the back of a military truck, and he was dragged through the street of Koforidua like a criminal. The order was clear: silence him by any means, even death. But every attempt failed. He survived the torture, and something strange happened. Many of the very soldiers sent to investigate and destroy him ended up joining his church after witnessing his strength and faith. What was meant to break him only made him stronger. These trials nearly took his life, but they proved his resilience and divine mission. Kwadwo Safo didn't stop at the prayer and teachings. Many doubted his ideas, saying a church couldn't make machines, tools, and help businesses grow. But he kept on experimenting, using creativity to build machines. Every small success gave them confidence to try bigger projects. As time went on, he started creating stronger machines and more advanced parts that could handle Ghana road. He learned from every failure and improved with each attempt. It was the stage Kwadwo Safo sharpened his skills, built a team, and prepared for something bigger. The dream of Ghana's first locally made cars. This was only the beginning of the journey that would change Ghana forever. After years of experimenting and learning at the Kwadwo Safo mission, Kwadwo Safo faced his biggest challenge: building a car from the scratch. Many people thought it was impossible. They said a Ghanaian cannot make a car. But he didn't listen to the doubt. He started small. Using his welding and engineering skills, he designed a car piece by piece. Every part had to be made by hands, from the engines to the interior. There were days when nothing worked. Engine failed and materials were hard to come by. Sometimes the car broke down completely and it seems like the dream might fail. But every failure taught him something new. He tried again and again, testing, fixing, and improving. Church members also joined him, helping to assemble parts, paint the body, and test the engine. Together, they work hard, solving problem after problem, turning ideas into reality. Finally, after years of hard work and determination, the first Kantanka car came to life. It was a 5-seater sedan, completely built in Ghana, ready to drive on Ghana road. The city was shocked. Many who had doubted him couldn't believe their eyes. This was not just a car, it was a symbol of faith, creativity, and perseverance. The reward was clear. Kwadwo Safo had proved that Ghana could also make its own cars, and he had inspired a whole generation of investors and dreamers. From that moment, the mission didn't just stop at one car. It became the start of Kantanka Automobiles, producing more vehicles, improving designs, and creating machines that could change Ghana forever. Every challenge, every failure, every long line had a payoff. And this was just the beginning of the journey that will show the world what determination and creativity could achieve. After building his first car, he had bigger dreams. He wanted Ghana to make its own machines, cars, and tools so people wouldn't have to rely on imports. He started creating more advanced vehicles, from SUVs to armored cars. Each new design was strong, faster, and made to handle Ghana roads. People began to notice. Even skeptics were amazed of what he's doing. But cars were only the beginning. Kwadwo Safo also built electronics like TVs, sound systems, and solar power devices, making life easier and more affordable for ordinary people. He then turned his attention to agriculture, knowing that farmers needed help. He invented machines that could harvest crops faster, irrigate fields, and spray fertilizers and pesticides efficiently. One machine could harvest 150 bags of grain in an hour, double what older machines could do. What started as a small prayer group in Accra had now grown into a technology manufacturing empire, proving that Ghanaian creativity could compete with the world. Every machine, every invention, every car was a step toward a bigger vision. a country that could build its own future. And Kwadwo Safo has shown that faith, hard work, and determination could turn dreams into reality. But on September 11th, 2025, Apostle Kwadwo Safo Kantanka passed away. From a small prayer group to building cars, machines, and electronics, he changed life, inspired nations, and proved that with faith and determination, anything is possible. He asked for support from the government and called on Ghanaians to believe, but it didn't happen. Every year, he held Grind Expo, showing his cars, machines, and inventions to the nation. Politicians came, clapped, praised him, but no real support came. The government never gave him the push he needed to make Ghana an industrial giant. Still, year after year, he kept creating, believing, and kept on building for his people. His legacy remains. His cars drive on our roads, his machines work in our farms, and his idea continues to inspire generations. Now his son is taking over, carrying the dream forward. The mission continues, the vision lives on. And Ghana will never forget the genius who dared to dream for his country. If this video inspires you, then I think you like this one right here. The Untold story of Despite.